Hi, everybody, it's Sasha here. It is snowing outside in Kitimat, BC, and I don't mean a little bit, I mean a lot. So lots and lots of snow. But that's okay, because guess what is good? It's day six, almost the whole week, of the 21-day Lose the Fear of Facebook live challenge with Warren Ryan. So super excited. Day 6, awesome, fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to talking to you about, well, today's topic. Now, I wrote a blog yesterday, which if you haven't had a chance to check out, after this is done, I swear to God, I will pop it in the comments. But nonetheless, we wrote a blog on success and how to reframe that. It's really good, but hey, whatever. But there's kind of another angle that I wanted to bring up, because even I sometimes don't necessarily follow my own advice here, but I'm learning to do better. Here's the thing. Essentially, you have to embrace who you are at the very core of yourself. If you don't do that, you will fail. I know, it's harsh, but hear me out. I have reasons. So essentially, you have two choices. Your choices are accept and embrace yourself in all your wonderful diversity and differences and all that great stuff, or you fight against yourself to attempt to change. So two options: accept, fight against yourself. Really, those are the only things, right? You're not just going to coast along in life not changing at all. I mean, most people like physically cannot do that. But anyways, here's the problem with the latter of those two options. First, if you don't want to change, you're not going to change. And I know this kind of from a deeply personal level. By the way, I'm getting photobombed by my dog, but that's okay. But I know this from a deeply personal level because oh gosh, I was like losing my mind. I'm not leveling up yet, by the way, not leveling up until Monday. But I was losing my mind for years, unable to get help, this, that, the other. Eventually, I had to get into this program, and there were certain commitments made, and I had to show up and do it every day. And I didn't want to do that at all, not even a little bit. And the problem is that I still did it. I committed to it. I did it every day. And it took me almost 3 years to start to see any sort of change. It wasn't until I popped in and I'm like, no, I'm going to freaking do this. I'm going to get better. That suddenly my journey changed a whole lot. So problem with the latter is that fighting against yourself means that you're just not going to change. You're not going to have the ability to change, right? On top of that, time that you spend fighting your own nature and fighting who you are at the core and fighting those elements of yourself, that's time you're not spending other places. That's time you're not spending on your own self-improvement or moving yourself forward in life. That is time spent wastefully. And I hate that. Now, number 3, if you don't try it, you are never going to know what potential you have. Period, end of story. So if you don't try to embrace yourself and work with yourself before you move to another option, you're never going to know what untapped goodies there are. And I think of people like Peter Shankman, who is an advocate for ADHD, because you know what? It's not a bloody weakness. It's a strength. It's just a different kind of viewpoint, really. And I'm no different. I have my differences. I have my weaknesses. I have my strengths. But each one of those things makes me who I am. And it wasn't until I was able to step up and say, hey, this is who I am, and this is why I love myself. And, oh, yeah, hey, now that I know these things about myself, I can harness them. So instead of constantly working against yourself to change that core essence of being, it's like trying to say, hey, stop being gay. There's certain things you can't do. Am I right? So instead of doing that, you learn to work with those gifts, because they are gifts. They are not necessarily curses. And I'm the first one to say sometimes that they feel like a curse. I mean, for the love of goodness gracious, BPD is not what I would call a piece of cake. Just saying. So knowing that, I still go into every single day and every opportunity trying to embrace it with who I am and with what I can do. And despite my limitations, and you know what? I've been a million times happier, because you waste energy. You waste time. You're wasting so much when you're not embracing that you are. I mean, why are you throwing all that away? I mean, if you know anything about spoon theory, And if you don't, I swear I'll talk about it again soon. But the basics of it are that you only get a certain number of spoons every day. And each activity takes a different number of spoons to complete. So, 5 to walk the dog, 55 to see another individual in my case, stuff like that. And if you only have a certain number of spoons, and every activity takes spoons, when you're out of spoons, you're done. I mean, really, you're done. That's the whole idea. And by understanding that concept and embracing, I can do this much of this in a day and this much of this in a day, I've been able to produce better work. My quality of life is through the roof by comparison. I'm able to better communicate, get my message out, and I'm seeing constant improvements in my life, my business, everything. So by turning around and saying, you know what, I'm not going to be ashamed of who I am. I'm going to embrace who I am, and on top of that, I'm going to find those really awesome things that are unique just about me, and I'm going to crank them the hell up. That's how you're going to find your way to success. People say, oh, take my plan and this, that, and the other, and you're going to make a ton of money. But if it's not who you are and if it's not how you operate, it's not going to work. But that's why I'm doing this challenge, right? And guys, again, I do put the link in the little thingamajigger, so go check out the 21-day Facebook Live challenge, because obviously it's really helping me not only shift my perspective, but it's helping me bring more to you. Also, if there's anything specific you'd like me to talk about, I'm more than happy to drop it in the comments below, to answer it in the next video, if you drop it in the comments below, even in replay, because I love talking to you guys. You make my heart sing. But just remember, 2 choices. Embrace yourself and succeed, or fight against yourself and struggle. Which one are you going to choose? I don't know. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. It's been so great communicating and for being able to do this and be able to be here with you. And I hope you have an awesome day. Bye.